system. And he says, oh, you need a Huey. Says, we need a what? The Huey fucking helicopter windshield?
Yeah.
He says, no, you need the Huey Lewis. Says the Huey Lewis? So what? The last time I seen Huey Lewis was 25 years ago playing in Madison Square Garden. So then it turns out that you guys have named an overground train system, trams, that we got rid of 40 years ago, and you call it after an aging rock star whose last big hit was in the movie Back to the Future. Well, I gotta tell you something. When we were flying over here, we put our watches back 8 hours. But by right, it should have been 25 fucking years.
It is a bit of a fucking shithole, let me tell you that. However, listen to me right now, listen up.
Darren.
Some of you guys look like you know what fucking inside the Store Street Garda station looks like, right? This guy right here?
Darren.
I bet you fucking do, guys. Alright. So I rock into Store Street Garda station, and the first thing that somebody says to me, you know, you're going on the beat. I was like, I'm going on the what? He says, you're going on the beat with a guy called Shamey O'Sullivan, SOS. He's meant to be a mad bastard. I was like, what the fuck? So I'm walking along with Shamey O'Sullivan. With that, some guy, he breaks out of a jewelry store, runs down the fucking street. Right. Shamey O'Sullivan takes off him like a fucking Olympic athlete. He's gone straight after him. I haven't ran in about 20 years. I'll tell you a fact right now. I'm always in an NYPD cruiser, right? This guy takes off. I'm running after Shamey O'Sullivan. He's like a fucking gazelle. I'm like a fucking antelope. I can't keep up with this guy, right? So I decide I'm going to put an end to this chase right here. I'm going to do what we do back home. So I whip out my gun and I said, freeze, motherfucker! And guess what happened? Shamey O'Sullivan throws his hands up in the air. I'm like, not you dumb shit.
I'll tell you.
What the fuck is going on?
You guys are crazy. While he was out on patrol around the beat with Shamey O'Sullivan, I was back in Store Street Garda station in the command room. And you got one of the maps, big maps of Dublin city, village, town, whatever you want to call this place. And it reminds me of New York, because in New York, we got the 5 different boroughs, right? We got Staten Island, we got Manhattan, we got Queens, we got the Bronx, we got Brooklyn Island too, right? Now when we in Flash are out in our cruiser, and it comes over dispatch, we got an officer down in the Bronx, I gotta tell you, that guy's fucking staying down, right? So I'm looking at your map and I'm saying, what would be the most dangerous place to patrol in Dublin City? And suddenly it comes out of me, slaps me on the guard, I'm shaking and the sweat coming down me. And the guard said to me, hey, Kango, what's wrong with you? I says, you got a place in Dublin called Black Rock? And you guys kidding me? Black Rock is the most dangerous place in the world. And I said, I don't want to patrol Black Rock. I want to go somewhere where there's beautiful Ferraris and Lamborghinis. I want to go somewhere where there's beautiful blonde-haired women with nice shiny teeth who live in beautiful big houses, where there's no crime. So when we come on patrol here, we're going to patrol in Fatima mansions. That's right.
Because it sounds nice, right? Can I ask you, well, what's the score of the fights here? Who's winning? Who's winning the fight? What's the score? What's the score of the fights?
The NYPD are winning 5-0, right?
It's 4-1 to the Gardai, right? Alright. I'm going to start shooting some fucking fighters next round, right? Let me tell you, one of the problems that you guys got here is crime, right? And I know what the problem is with your crime. It's the name of your fucking prisons over here, right? Right at home, we got Death Valley Penitentiary.
That's right.
We got Sing Sing, and we get Rikers Island Correctional Facility. You know what the name of your prison here is? Mountjoy. So when somebody's fucking arrested, the Gardai tell them they're going to Mountjoy. It sounds like a fucking play camp. Well, I'm going to change the name of Mountjoy, and I'm going to cut your crime level by about 90%. And you know what I'm going to change it to? Mount Clock. That's right. You tell people I'm taking you to Mount Clock, your crime has gone about 90%. Would you agree with me, folks?
All right. Now, one thing else I noticed when I was in Store Street, you guys do not know how to interrogate a prisoner. Us Americans, especially New Yorkers, we know how to interrogate a wise guy or a perp. You guys have never heard of pistol whipping or waterboarding, right? So we're going to show you now how to interrogate a fucking wise guy. So to come up here and help us, he's a Garda, he's a member of your force, and he's an Irish boxing Olympian. Would you please welcome Garda Adam Nolan? Come on, guys, let's hear it from Garda Adam Nolan.
This guy was in the Olympics, right?
I'm supposed to was. How you doing, guys? Yeah, he's not shit, right?
All right,
So,
how you doing, guys?
All right, I'm over here, guys. Stand over here. So anyway, you had the Summer Olympics in London there in June, and me and Flashy were watching it in our penthouse apartment in Fifth Avenue, ladies, all right? Because we know, well, we're New York cops, right? So we know when we find $100,000 of illegal money, only 50,000 makes it back to this precinct, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're watching the Olympics on HBO, and we're watching the Irish boxing team, and you guys were fantastic. So you guys had the European, the world, and now Olympic champion, Miss Katie Taylor. You guys had another great boxer called John Joe Nevin who won the silver. And you guys then had, we love this guy. Me and Flash love this guy. We said we want this guy in the NYPD. He's a small little guy, full of spunk, ready for action. He's from Northern Ireland and Belfast. Paddy Barnes, who won a bronze medal. So Adam, what were you doing there? You the fucking water boy or something?
I forgot to bring the lesson and the lecture is on.
What do you think, Flash?
Well, I tell you something.
This guy.
We're gonna let's see a little bit about what Adam Nolan got here. So, Adam, I want you to get into your boxing stance. Stand over here, guy. Stand right there. Stop. Take your hands out of your fucking pockets, guy. You're making me nervous, right? All right. Keep your hands steady. Now, I want you to go into your boxing stance. I want you to show me what you got, right? Now, I'm going to go into my stance. We're going to see what it looks like, right? All right. Here we go.
Who's going to win that one?
I don't think you're going to win that fucking fight. I tell you what. Can you do me a favor? Can you put the cuffs on him?
You want to put his hands?
Yeah. Put your hands at your head. Put your hands in your head, guy. All right. Stop staring me down, guy. I'll take you down to Chinatown. Now, we're going to find out why Adam Nolan didn't do so good in the Olympics, right?
Now, just a second, Flash.
Come here, guys.
Just a second. Before we came here, the Gambino crew on the east side, they asked us to put $50,000, 50 large, that the NYPD were going to win the Senate fight. All right, let's take it away. Ring the bell there.
You're not so tough now, Alan. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Come on. Now, he's not going to win this fight, right? So we're going to keep him cuffed. Come over here, guys. We're going to keep him cuffed. Because we got a presentation to make this.
We have. And just to remind you guys, Adam is such a good sport, and he's always helping out for great causes. He's doing the Great Gala run in Munich next week with 100 Gardaí to raise $100,000 for Crumb and Children's Hospital. Let's hear it for him, guys. Come on.
And you know what the funny thing is? The funny thing is that's what he did in his fucking fight in the Olympics. He ran, so he's pretty good at that.
He did a lot of running. All right, we're going to make a presentation here to Adam, because he's a swell guy. And to do it, we have Jim McGowan, the technical superintendent and club chairman of the Gardai and Boxing Club. Let's hear it for Jim, guys.
Well done, Jim. Thank you. All right, stay right there, Jim. We got another presentation.
All right, okay. Guys, you might know this, but 25 years ago, the Gardaí fought the NYPD. I think we won that one 10-0 as well. And they're on the night, and they're here again tonight, 25 years ago. We got an ex-detective sergeant in the drug squad. He must be retired now, drug squad. He's a lot of money.
I know.
Would you please welcome Detective Sergeant Larry Morrison.
Come on up here, Larry.
Where are you, Larry? Come on up here, big guy. And also, representing the NYPD, we know this guy, we love him. Tommy Penna, where are you, Tommy? Come on, Tommy, come here, guys. And also, is a guy who fought for Ireland in Montreal in 1976. He was 7-time senior welterweight champion of Ireland and a former Garda. Would you please welcome Mr. Brian Byrne?
That's right.
Come on, guys.
Come on, guys. And he can still float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Step in here, guys. Tommy, can I work with you protection, guys? Can I, Tommy, what's your last name?
Pena.
Tommy Pena. How long were you on the force, Tommy?
20 years.
He was 20 years on the force, right? You were working the drug squad?
I just slumped to.
And then you retired?
Yeah.
All right, let me tell you a little story about Tommy. Tommy was on a bus, right? 200,000 G's that he